The freedom of the press has been fundamental in Operation Car Wash, which has been informing the population about these crimes which have been discovered, investigated, and the people that have been punished through Operation Car Wash. I haven't hidden any of these facts. I've actually revealed these facts when they've involved politicians from all of the parties. So this interview, its aim is to highlight the good work of the press. Now, I know that the press at times has been critical of my work and the work of Operation Car Wash. Now, I'm not going to say that I agree with all of the criticisms that have been given. I don't think all of them have been correct. Some of them have been okay, but that's the role of the press, to have this critical role. I don't see anything wrong with this. This is a part of an environment that fosters debate and tolerance. Now, I have a few reflections about the past and the future. Now, I've been working in Operation Car Wash, and I brought some numbers in relation to the operation, but I don't think it's necessary to mention them at this point. Now, Brazil has a tradition of impunity in relation to corruption, and this tradition is being broken, and Operation Car Wash is a part of breaking this impunity. Now, throughout this work, there is this doubt. There has been this doubt, which is quite worrying, whether Operation Car Wash is an exception in this tradition of impunity, or whether there be a change in how the institutions deal with these types of crimes. Now, I've been working on various cases, and I can say, myself and others, we've been working with a lot of dedication, with some costs. Now, what has worried me the most is this feeling that one day my luck and the luck of Operation Car Wash, it might end. Now, there have been many times where there's been tension throughout the operation. It's happened sometimes based on decisions that have changed some decisions that we have made, and then they've been reversed. I remember in May 2014, a decision from the sorely missed judge, Teori Vasky. He freed all of the prisoners, but then he overturned his own decision, but it was a time of tension. There have been times whereby information has come to light about bills going through Congress which could have affected the work of Operation Car Wash, and which was trying to break this tradition of impunity. For example, the bill about the abuse of authorities, because if not done properly, it could actually criminalize our work. Now, all of the feeling that one day our luck could end, and that we could return back to this impunity of corruption, which wouldn't be good for democracy, took me towards accepting this request that was given to me by the president-elect. Now, the objective here in the federal government to do that which hasn't been done with the greatest respect over the last 4 years, to try to put in place a strong anti-corruption policy, and this is a national policy as well as an anti-organized crime policy. Now, I know that some people might receive this with a lot of cynicism, and I understand this, but I'm not here to obtain more power, but I'm here to do the right thing at a higher level, in a position whereby I can actually make a difference, and I can get rid of any of going backwards. Now, to give more clarifications, I met the president-elect on the 1st of November. That was the first time that I had a personal conversation with the president-elect. I met him by chance, and at that time he wasn't a president, he was a member of the lower house. By accident, at an airport. I don't know if it was 2016, 2017. I didn't recognize him at that time. I greeted him quite quickly. Now, later on, some of his political adversaries changed the situation as though I ignored him. In actual fact, I phoned him afterwards and I said to him, sorry for this misunderstanding. But it was quite a quick conversation, just that. Now this year, the future Finance Minister, Paulo Guedes, on the 23rd of October contacted me, which was the week before the elections, and he wanted to find out whether I would be interested in being a part of the government. Now I said to him, I told him my intentions about this theme, and I said that I really could only deal with this issue after the elections of any possible request. And I said to him what I thought would be necessary to be done, and what I would do if I took this position. Because if you're going to be a part of the government, you've got to have some convergence of ideas in relation to your plans. If you don't have this, it's not worth being a part of the government. Now, after the elections, there was a public request that the President-elect made to me. On the 1st November, we talked for a longer period of time about this request and what my plans would be, as well as his, in the area, on whether I would accept his request or not. Now, I came away with a good impression. He seems to be a person who is quite well balanced and sensible. We talked about possible things that we agreed with and disagreed with. Now, even though we didn't agree completely on everything, even with our differences, it looks as though it's possible to come to a middle ground, as the President-elect has said. Now, this hasn't got anything to do with the court case of the ex-president Lula Silva. The ex-president, he was convicted because he committed a crime and not because of the elections. Even though I was the first person to hand a decision out, this was upheld by the appeal court. So, in other words, 3 judges upheld my decision, and the court actually ordered him to be imprisoned. So, it is said that this prison order was authorized in a case that dealt with a habeas corpus request. So we have someone here who committed a crime, unfortunately. It was investigated, the facts were proved, and this person now is serving their sentence. Operation Car Wash, politicians, and not just from the Workers' Party, but from other parties, obtained money through this criminal scheme. It was almost like they took over Petrobras, and the estimated losses was around about 6 billion reais. And this involved politicians from all parties, from different parties, like for example the Progressive Party and other parties. Now, we have, for example, for the last 2 years, the ex-president of the lower house was convicted. He's been in prison for the last 2 years, and he was an adversary of the Workers' Party. We also have the ex-governor of Rio de Janeiro. Now, some people might interpret my moving to this position as a form of a prize that I've received. No, this is absolutely wrong, because the decision was taken in 2017 without any perspective at that time that the deputy would be elected as the President of the Republic. So, as I said, a crime was done, was found out, and the person was convicted, and the courts just complied with the law. So the courts, they just did what they're obliged or required to do. So I can't base my life or decisions on this fantasy or a false alibi of some sort of political conviction, political persecution.